In the month since I made my Don't Buy the Elite Series 2 video, I've noticed that the situation with the Elite Series 2 hasn't really gotten much better, and sometimes it actually feels like it's gotten much worse. So naturally, I've begun looking for replacements for the Elite controllers over the past year or so, and not just for me, but for you guys too. So I put together a list of 3 devices you can use to replace an Elite controller for under $100. And seeing as how the Elite Series 2 is $180 retail, I'd sincerely hope this could help a few people out. Obviously, we'll be going in ascending order from the cheapest to the most expensive alternatives. We'll be starting out with a controller, moving on to a controller add-on for a stock Xbox controller, or PS4 if you're... it depends on your sexual preferences. And then our final Elite alternative will be another controller, but this one is $100 less than the Elite Series 2, and it's essentially the same thing. I have individual videos on these devices down below if you're interested, so if you want to see more of me, Tech Cunt here, and check those out down below.
Tech cunt here. Okay, cunt. You're stealing my format, you cunt.
So we begin our journey with the cheapest Elite controller alternative, and in my opinion, one of the best, and that is third-party controllers. I know. We'll be moving on to more official shit here in a minute. Providing you find a company that offers reliable products, which you can always check by looking at the reviews, you could very easily find yourself a Pro controller for PC or even Xbox One for under $50 that has paddles on it. This one's $30. I recently made a video on it. It has 4 buttons, and even though it's made for Switch and isn't able to be used on Xbox, you could still use it on PC. In fact, it works better as a PC controller than it does as a Switch controller. Now yes, reliability will vary between third-party manufacturer and third-party manufacturer. But if you can find one like I did for an amazing price, or even a half-decent price, it'll be miles better than paying full price for an Elite controller. And if you do proper research, I can promise you, you will enjoy whatever third-party controller you end up getting. Our next contestant on Can You Replace an Elite Controller is the Dominator. I'm just kidding. It's the Strike Pack Eliminator from Collective Minds. This is a $40 controller add-on, but the key word here is add-on, which means you need a stock Xbox controller or a stock PS4 controller, again, depending on your sexual preferences, and the controller is going to come up to a cost of $40 to $60, and you add that on top of the $40 you're spending for Elite Eliminator, you're spending $80 to $100 on this, which is why I put this in second place and not first, because there's a better option out there. But for the price, and if you already have a stock Xbox or PS4 controller, this is actually a really viable option. In very basic terms, a Strike Pack, or at least the one that I have hooked up here, it's something that you simply replace in lieu of batteries, and then you plug in via a USB cable, and boom, now you have a wired Elite controller.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
4 buttons, all remappable to whatever button you want, but you can't remove them, unfortunately, which, I mean, doesn't really matter if they're buttons, they're not paddles. The cool thing about getting a Strike Pack is that you're on a stock controller, which means you can do a fuck ton of things to that controller. You could add trigger stops with those little grip things from Bionic that go on the side of your controller, and you could add one of those magnetic thumbstick kits from the Elite controllers. You know, like this shit, you can add the magnetic thumbstick and the D-pad from a kit on eBay for like $20, and then boom, you have a stock controller that has magnetic thumbsticks, trigger stops, and buttons underneath the controllers. So now you have a full Elite controller that you've built yourself. This is purely theoretical, by the way. I haven't done this. If somebody has done this, please leave your experience in the comments below. I'm actually kind of curious because I was thinking about doing it myself. I'd really only recommend a Strike Pack for those who just need paddles. Like if you have a stock controller already and you just want paddles or buttons, that's the only way I could really recommend a Strike Pack. If you want the full Elite controller experience with the actual paddles and the soft touch and the trigger stops and all that other good jazz, you'll need to look elsewhere, and fortunately, this video isn't over. Our final contestant on today's show is the best replacement for an Elite controller, hands down. For the low price of $80, you get the whole Elite controller experience. A lot of people probably saw this coming because it's sitting right over there. It's the PowerA Fusion Pro. The Elite controllers had a lot of durability issues on both my channel and across the internet on the past, and the Fusion Pro, while it is a bit better, it's not miles better in terms of performance on durability, but it's a lot safer than going out and buying a $180 Elite controller and having it fuck you over in 2 months. Alright. Yep, I knew that was gonna happen. I just wanted to show you guys these paddles back God damn it. I just wanted to show you guys these paddles back here. They do genuinely look just like the Elite Series 2 or the Elite Series 1. These paddles are a little bit bigger though. Not only that, but they're a little bit more spaced out, and in my opinion, they're much more comfortable than the Elite Series 2 or the Elite Series 1. This controller for $80, which is $100 less, also has essentially a matching feature set, 4 removable, remappable paddles, 3-way trigger stops, even though these ones they're more like 2-way trigger stops, soft touch faceplate, removable thumbsticks, 10-foot long braided cable. This controller is wired instead of wireless though, but in all honesty, that's really the only downside I could see. That and maybe the fact that it doesn't have the best D-pad. It seems like it's a bit smaller, but again, like I said in my review of the controller, that's probably just me. For the price of $80, this is the king of sub $100 controllers. No questions asked. The only thing that could rival this is the Razer Wolverine Tournament Edition, which is priced similarly, but it's a bit more expensive. To be 100% honest with you guys, this is my favorite controller out of all the ones I have for general purposes. Driving, first-person shooters, third-person shooters, first-person shooters especially, though. I really like first-person shooters on that. Space games, psychedelic games, drugs, I don't fucking know. Everything. The Fusion Pro is literally just the everything controller. So like I said, I'll have links to a bunch of reviews, not a bunch of reviews, my reviews, and the links to these controllers down below if you're interested. But to conclude this video, it seems like I have a vendetta against the Elite controllers, clearly. While I kinda do, my anger really isn't misplaced. I'm just really upset that they decided to release a controller that's so flimsy and so unreliable and just fucks so many people over, and then people kind of still feed into it. It's irritating. But I hope I can help some people realize that you could replace your little Elite controller for under $100 and probably perform just as good in game, if not better. If you're gonna buy an Elite Series 2, an Elite Series 1, I don't care what kind of Elite, I don't care if it's white, I don't care if it's black, I don't care if it's orange. Get this, don't buy that. There's a lot of options out there for people who are looking to buy Elite controllers and they're like, oh, I don't know what controller to buy. Just know, there's much better controllers out there. Don't go for those. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this one, and before we go, I would like to say 2 things. 1, we need to shout out our members, which I didn't forget, never once ever forgot, ever. And 2, we are going to have to retire the Flash jacket, because unfortunately, I am starting to destroy it. It's not even like I'm going out and using this. The only time I wear this jacket is to go over to my friend's house, or to record these videos. So, yeah, the leather's just wearing out. I have to get a new jacket. I do have a different jacket on in my profile picture. I'll probably end up getting that one. Let's give a good salute to the Flash jacket from Hot Topic, the 2016 edition. You will be missed. Real quick before we cry tears of remembering for the Flash jacket. I don't fucking remember. Members. I want to give a huge shout out to our console boys with the Ballin' Boy, JG, Waterless, Heberbrine 3, Tough, Snowy Ice Cream, God, Exo Casper, and Merheeb Hussein. I'd also like to give another huge shout out to our PC Master Race with Noah Jacques, D Jacques, and Ra. Yes, the Jock Boys are the exact same person. I love you members so fucking much. You guys are like the dopest motherfuckers on the planet. If you'd like to become a member, there's controller buttons down below, and there's other controller buttons down below if you enjoyed this shit, because I know you laughed a little bit. Right? I love you guys so much. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.